A puppy suddenly fell from a roof and landed right in a man's arms. Neighbors gathered to watch, but the man, clearly annoyed, just tossed the pup aside. Because he was losing his sight, his temper had become incredibly short and volatile. But what he didn't realize was that the simple act of catching the dog had left a lasting impression on the little guy. Years later, that goofy, mischievous puppy had completed training as a guide dog. He had transformed, learning to stay totally unfazed by distractions, and was now a fully qualified service animal. He was sent to the home of a visually impaired client. It's funny how fate works, the two were actually reunited. Seeing the face he'd missed for so long, the dog excitedly nudged forward to lick the man's fingers, but the man recoiled in disgust. Once the staff left, the dog tried to comfort him, only to be shooed away again. Freshly reunited, the dog had no idea what he'd done wrong. Dejected, he retreated to a corner and laid down quietly. A bit later, the man accidentally knocked a bottle opener onto the carpet. He fumbled around for ages, but couldn't find it. Thinking his owner finally needed him, the dog quickly picked it up and gently placed it in the man's hand. But instead of breaking the ice, this just made the man snap. Terrified, the dog backed away, freezing in confusion. Then, the man composed himself and called the dog over. Thinking everything was okay, the dog wagged his tail and approached, only for the owner to suddenly grab him by the collar and throw him out of the house. Night fell, and no one came for him. It seemed his owner had decided to abandon him for good. Seeing the poor dog shivering under a car, a neighbor couldn't stand it anymore. He knocked on the door to bring the dog back and angrily confronted the man. "There's a storm raging outside. That dog spent the whole night under a car, staring right at your window the entire time." After the neighbor left, the man stood there in silence. He wasn't actually heartless. The trauma of going blind had just left him feeling hopeless about the world.